Hi guys, Luca here from Sabre Airsoft, back again with another customer's pistol to work on. This is an AAP-01. I personally hate these things for a multitude of reasons, but not because of any performance related reason, but mostly because I've had to take the trigger box apart before and it was physically painful to do so. So with this one, the customer is reporting that the nozzle is not returning, and we can confirm that. Can already tell that it's going to be slightly different because it's not going to do it now it's on camera, is it? Just get rid of some of these BBs. There we go. That's the issue. Right there. The nozzle is not going fully home. And it's doing this after every shot. And it's actually not coming out. It's not cycling. That's interesting. Okay, well, we can work with that. Just going to empty this mag of BBs. Okay, I said in my last video, but it's just a little tool I designed and made to make getting BBs out of these mags a lot easier. So don't need that for a minute. Put that to one side. Why? Let's see what happens. It's currently locked, not going home. Let's see what happens when we put... Okay, so that's a good sign. The fact that that's staying like that and not instantly going in means that it's not anything to do with the lower. So we'll get rid of the lower for a minute. Yeah, I think it is almost entirely to do with the bucking, if I'm honest, because it's getting stuck in it. Probably just a dirty bucking. And to get to the bucking is a bit of a faff. Well, it's not that much of a faff, it's a few screws. But it's enough of a faff for me. Okay, what are we looking at? What's the U? Oh, look at that, first try, that's 2 mil. Just take the tension off of that. I might have only needed to remove the first front one, to be fair. We'll see. Pop that other screw into that. I'm doing this because I want to get the bolt out as well as the front part, because that is quite dry. I could do a bit of lubrication anyway. Memory serves, to get the front bolt, the barrel and such out, you need to get rid of these two at the front here. Might need to get rid of more, actually. I think we need to take this front part off. Do we? Yes, we do. So if you've got this front, we're going to need to take these 2 screws out the bottom here. I think they're all the same size. They look to be all the same size. Oop, don't want to lose that. There we go. Okay, maybe I didn't need to take those out. Okay. Let's have a look down the barrel real quick. Barrel's a bit dirty and the hop looks to be dialed all the way on. I want to get that barrel and the hop out. That's a small one. Looks like it's one size smaller. It is. How about that? Set that to one side. That's Phillips head to get in, get the hop off. Yeah. Okay. Small Phillips. It's probably too big. Nope, that is just right. I know black on black isn't the easiest thing to see. So there's three screws, maybe 4 if we have to take this off, I'm not sure. But there's 1, 2, and then 3. We'll see if that's enough. Sometimes that is enough. Okay, so let's try and separate. No, I missed one. The number one here. Come on, out you come. Where's my magnet? There you are. Thank you. I love this magnet tool sometimes. Okay, let's try and separate it now. Here we go. If you're ever unsure when taking a hop apart, do it very slowly and keep your hands on things, because things like to fall out. So there's 2 nuts in the bottom here. And the nub, in this case, is this little plate here, so we have to be careful of that. So let's have a look here. Well, it's caked in oil, which is pretty normal. Just hold this up to the light and have a look here. I can't see. It looks like it might be a little bit chewed up. Just see if you can see the rim of this here. There's a little bit of difference along this edge here. That might be the cause. Or it could be the nozzle itself. Again, can't really see any obvious problems. So maybe a bit of flashing. I mean, that actually might be the issue. Yeah, I think this is the issue actually. Like, look how stiff this is. That's probably your issue. Just double check the bucking. I'll do this slightly off camera. Looks like it may be cracked. No, looks okay. We'll assume this is okay for now and focus on that part. Line this up. Where is the nub part? There's the indicator. So on the inside here, there's a little ridge. See if we can get that to show up. And that little ridge there. Let's line it up with this ridge here. That should put it in the hop window. Or put the nub in the right window. Yep, cool. And then slot into slot. Pretty self-explanatory. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer these nuts to the other side so I can put this down onto that because of the hop window there. That way everything's on one side. I will have to flip it to screw it back together, but still much easier this way. Okay, there we go. Holding it together. Yep, looks okay. I'm not sure if the 3 screws that go into this part have different lengths, but a safe way if you're never sure is I've just put that in. You know what? I just did an absolutely moronic thing. I put this on backwards. It's because I changed the orientation. I'll flip that back over. Don't do what I just did. I can't believe I did that. Oh, what an idiot. What an absolute moron. I'm going to leave that in the video. No one's perfect. People make mistakes. Just double checking that's in correctly. Yep. And that, to be honest, is how most techs start out. They make stupid mistakes. But the people who get good at this recognize their mistakes, and they'll still be making mistakes years later. Especially when you're on camera. So I'm not sure if the screws are a different length. I've never measured them. I'm going to assume that they are the same length, but if you're ever unsure, put them in a space that is in the same layout so you can differentiate where each one came from. Would be my advice. Okay, there we go. That's back together. Just check that the hot arm is still working. More hot, less hot. Perfect. Cool. Right, let's see what we can do about this. Feel like it's probably full of dirt, but I really don't want to take the nozzle out if I can avoid it. So let's try some PTFE lube and see if that loosens things up a bit. Yep, already slightly better. Just putting some PTFE oil along some of the tracks, see if we can get it inside past where the return springs and such are. There we go. So now at least that's going back and forward. Just try that in that. That's still getting a little bit stuck. So we can just try some silicone oil. I know I always say don't use silicone oil because silicone on silicone, it will not interact very well. So actually, yeah, I'm going to follow my own advice. Let's try just a little bit on the nozzle. Well, it's releasing better. Sort of. It's getting there. It's starting to work in a bit now. Okay, let's now put this on this. I am trying to speed run this a little bit because I haven't got much storage on my phone. So hopefully this solved the problem. Good old bit of lubrication and general maintenance. So yeah, when putting this in, put it in sideways, like so, and then twist. You get it into position. I mean, there are 1,000 videos on AAPs, so someone has got a more instructional video on how to disassemble. I'm not generally a fan of them, as I say, but that's for my own reasons. And it's almost entirely related to the fact that it caused me physical pain once. I just did those backwards, didn't I? I did. Don't think it really matters that much, but the ones that are on the barrel there have Loctite on them previously, so presumably they are supposed to be there. Painful lesson I learned many years ago. It's just because two screws are the same diameter does not mean they are the same. They could have different pitches, threading, etc. And that also has Loctite on it. But we're going to move that over. Either way. Yep, much better. Cool. Get the bolt back in. Then get this back on. The one thing I do like about AAPs is they are very easy to take down. Some more gas in this. Oh. Thought I had a leak then. So this is a classic example of why you shouldn't leave your kids to... Okay, seems to work without ammo in it. Let's put a couple rounds through. See if it still jams. Yep, cycle's fine. Happy days. So there we go. There we go. It's better. It's another happy customer, hopefully. As I say, it's a classic example of if you let your kids play with your gun around a dusty, dirty fire, they might end up breaking it. As apparently that's what happened. This guy let us, it was at a big event, lots of airsofters there, so lots of airsoft guns, and he gave it with them under supervision, didn't leave them alone, and it just, presumably the kids probably just dropped it and it got dry as a result, or they just cycled it so much that it just became bone dry. There we go, a little bit of maintenance and cycle's fine. So there we go, happy days. Catch you on the next one.